നമസ്കാരം.
നമസ്കാരം.
എല്ലാ പ്രിയപ്പെട്ട പ്രേക്ഷകർക്കും ലേഡീസ് അവറിന്റെ ഇന്നത്തെ ഈ അധ്യായത്തിലേക്ക് സ്വാഗതം. നമ്മൾ നമ്മുടെ സ്ത്രീകളുടെ ആരോഗ്യ പ്രശ്നങ്ങളെക്കുറിച്ച് ചർച്ച ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ എപ്പോഴും സ്ത്രീകൾക്ക് മാത്രമായിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു കാറ്റഗറി ഓഫ് പ്രോബ്ലംസ് ആണ് പലപ്പോഴും യൂട്ടറൈൻ സംബന്ധമായിട്ട് ഒരുവിധം ആർത്തവ ഒരു മെൻസ്ട്രൽ സൈക്കിളിലേക്ക് കയറിയ കുട്ടികൾക്കാണെങ്കിൽ ഇനീഷ്യൽ സമയത്ത് ഉള്ള മെൻസ്ട്രൽ പെയിനും അപ്പം മുതൽ തുടങ്ങുന്നു അവരുടെ ആ ഒരു ഗർഭാശയ സംബന്ധമായ പ്രശ്നങ്ങൾ. പിന്നീട് കുറച്ച് നാൾ കഴിയുമ്പോഴേക്കും ഇപ്പൊ PCOD എന്നെല്ലാവർക്കും ഉള്ള ഒരു അതെ റെഗുലറായിട്ട് പീരിയഡ്സ് വരുന്നില്ല, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഒത്തിരി അധികം പിമ്പിൾസ് വരുന്നു, ഒത്തിരി അധികം ഹോർമോണൽ പ്രോബ്ലംസ് ഉണ്ടാകുന്നു, അങ്ങനെയുള്ള വേറെ കുറേ പ്രശ്നങ്ങൾ. ഇത് എല്ലാം ഈ ആരോഗ്യ പ്രശ്നങ്ങളെല്ലാം കാരണം ഹോർമോൺസിൻ്റെ ഒരു കലവറയാണല്ലോ നമ്മുടെ ഹ്യൂമൻ ബോഡി. സ്ത്രീകളിൽ പ്രത്യേകിച്ച് ഒരിത്തിരി കൂടുതലുമാണ്. അപ്പോൾ അതുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെയാണ് നമുക്ക് സ്ത്രീകൾ ഒത്തിരി അധികം ഹോർമോണൽ ആയതുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെയാണ് സ്ത്രീകൾക്ക് മൂഡ് സ്വിങ്സും മൂഡ് വേരിയേഷൻസും ഒക്കെ വരുന്നത്. ഒരു സ്ത്രീകളുടെ ഒരു 28 ദിവസത്തെ സൈക്കിളിൽ ഈ ആദ്യത്തെ ഈ മെൻസ്ട്രൽ സൈക്കിൾ തുടങ്ങുന്നതിന് മുൻപായിട്ടുള്ള ആ ഒരു പീരീഡ് ശരിക്കും അവരുടെ എനർജി, അവരുടെ മൂഡ് എല്ലാം ഒരിത്തിരി ലോ ആയിരിക്കും. അതിനെ പ്രീ മെൻസ്ട്രൽ സിൻഡ്രോം എന്ന് പറയും. അപ്പോൾ ഇത്തരത്തിലുള്ള ഒരു 1000 ഹെൽത്ത് പ്രോബ്ലംസ് എല്ലാം ചേർത്ത് നിൽക്കുമ്പോൾ ഒരു 35 വയസ്സിന് ശേഷമുള്ള ഒരുവിധം എല്ലാ സ്ത്രീയും ഫേസ് ചെയ്യുന്ന മറ്റൊരു കൂടി വരുന്ന ഒരു ത്രെറ്റാണ് ബ്രസ്റ്റ് ക്യാൻസർ എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ഒരു
സ്തനാർബുദം എന്ന് പറയുന്ന അവസ്ഥ. ഇതെനിക്ക് തോന്നുന്നു സ്ത്രീകളിൽ ഇത്തരം കാര്യങ്ങൾ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഇങ്ങനെ കൂടുതൽ കണ്ടുവരുന്നതിന്റെ ഒരു പ്രധാന കാരണം എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് സ്ത്രീകൾ എപ്പോഴും അവരവരുടെ ആരോഗ്യത്തെക്കുറിച്ച് ബോധവാന്മാരല്ല. തൻ്റെ കുഞ്ഞുങ്ങളുടെയോ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ തൻ്റെ കുടുംബാംഗങ്ങളുടെയോ ഭർത്താവിൻ്റെയോ കാര്യങ്ങളിൽ കൊടുക്കുന്ന അത്രയും ശ്രദ്ധ പൊതുവെ ഒരു 70% സ്ത്രീകളും സ്വന്തം ജീവിതത്തിലേക്ക് കാണിക്കുന്നില്ല. അതുതന്നെയായിരിക്കാം ഇത്തരം കാര്യങ്ങൾ തുടക്കത്തിലേ കണ്ടെത്തിയാൽ ചികിത്സിച്ച് വളരെ എളുപ്പത്തിൽ ഭേദമാക്കാൻ പറ്റുന്ന ഒരു രോഗം തന്നെയാണ് സ്തനാർബുദം എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. അതുപോലും നമ്മൾ 3ാമത്തെയോ 4ാമത്തെയോ സ്റ്റേജ് എത്തുമ്പോഴാണ് ഒരു സ്ത്രീ ഇത്തരം കാര്യങ്ങൾ മനസ്സിലാക്കുന്നത് തന്നെ. തൻ്റെ ശരീരത്തിൽ നടക്കുന്ന മാറ്റങ്ങളെ പോലും ശ്രദ്ധിക്കാൻ സമയമില്ലാതെ ഓടുന്ന വീട്ടമ്മമാരാണ് പ്രധാനമായിട്ടും ഇത്തരം കാര്യങ്ങൾ ശ്രദ്ധിക്കാതെ
ഏറ്റവും ലേറ്റർ സ്റ്റേജിൽ തിരിച്ചറിയപ്പെടുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ ഇന്ന് ബ്രസ്റ്റ് ക്യാൻസറിനെ കുറിച്ച് പിങ്ക് റിബൺ ചലഞ്ചിനെ കുറിച്ച് നമുക്ക് കൂടുതൽ സംസാരിക്കാം
ആദ്യ സെഗ്മെന്റിന് ശേഷം. ആദ്യ സെഗ്മെന്റ് സ്മാർട്ട് ലേഡി.
Hello everyone, I'm Monica Wanjiru from Kenya, and right now I'm at the Mahatma Gandhi College, where I've had an interactive session with the students and the fraternity of Mahatma Gandhi. For me, it was an eye-opening, and also I felt a lot of curiosity from the students. One thing that jumps out is that we have very brave female students in India and Kerala. I cannot say about the whole of India, but I can say that about Kerala girls because I've had the opportunity of interacting with them. Their sense of curiosity. This is something I feel that should be nurtured because this gives them a sense of purpose and a sense of being. I'm honored to be part of this, and I'm honored to have been able to speak to them. The very first time I came in Kerala, that was 2010, and while I had the opportunity to interact with the females around here, and I used to hear a lot about how educated they are. But 8 years later, I've realized that they've really grown. There has been a huge change in the empowerment of women. And what I would like to ask each and every woman who's watching today is that regardless of how much you've been given education as an empowerment tool, economic empowerment, you should also be able to take something more, to be yourself, know your value, live in that value, and you live your purpose. That way we can all be empowered. Well, there are some activities that are happening that are cruel to the women folk. I believe it's not only the role or the responsibility of the women to protect themselves. Every man out there, you have a sister, you have an aunt, you have a mother, you have a cousin. It's your responsibility to ensure that every woman is protected from your friend, from your enemy, because it's not about fighting against each other. We are meant to coexist peacefully and harmoniously. So take your place, protect your women folk, and women folk, trust in your men, learn to trust in them, show them that they can be trusted, and together we can grow.
I want to enhance the mother and child bond so that they can become friends. Having a good relationship, a loving relationship, to go deep within themselves, not to go for what the society wants for them, but for what they want for themselves.
I think this topic of female genital mutilation is a new topic for a lot of us. So thank you, ma'am, for giving us food for thought and something to study about and research about later.
You are born and brought up in Kenya, and now you are an international personality. We all believe like that, and you are honored in different parts of Kerala recently. So, what is your experience in Kerala and today?
When I came to India for the first time, I came to Kerala, and I remember my first thought when I stepped down from the airport, I was like, I think I'm in Nairobi. I didn't feel any difference. And then it was here that I met with myself. It was here that I started my own journey of healing. And this is why I identify so much with Kerala. This has always and will always be my second home.
The reason for rape in India, as men and women are not able to mingle, are allowed to mingle with each other. So what would you say as a reason for rape? You were saying about yourself, about the other lady, about rape in Kenya, about rape in Western countries where they are allowed to mingle with each other. Thank you.
Here, men and women are not allowed to mingle. In Africa, men have been told we are the weaker sex. So they get this sense of their stronger masculinity. They get that sense. And when a person has a problem, they also want to establish their own masculinity. I believe this is when now they take it out on the woman by raping.
My question is about female genital mutilation. In India, a community named Bohra, there is usual process going on, this female genital mutilation. A girl child of that community must undergo this process to, as you said, to not as a pure woman. And I'm just shocked to hear the news. And also now, Kerala has been reports about female genital mutilation. But the contradiction is that since it is proven unhealthy, it's a crime by law in India. Recently, a woman wrote a letter to our Prime Minister Narendra Modi about, and she is unhappy about being undergoing female genital mutilation. I want to know about the legal activities against female genital mutilation in Kenya or the whole Africa.
What happens is that as it happens everywhere in the world, sometimes some laws are not implemented by the laws, by the security and by the police, because not unless you take it up. And you know, sometimes we give too much power to the law enforcers, Because I believe the governance of a country, it starts with you as an individual. Because we cannot always look at our leaders and give them all the power. Where is your sovereignty as a citizen of India? The moment you start speaking up against what you don't want, then someone else will pick it up, and together you'll be much more powerful. And some of these things that we go through, like whenever we say there's a lot of corruption, who carries out corruption? It is you and me. Who does not implement the laws that are put in place? The police are just there to ensure that if I report it, then something will be done. But the very first person, the first responder to that law is you and me.
Is there any punishment there for?
Yeah, there's punishment. The sentence for a father who wants to mutilate the daughters is 5 years. For the female circumcisers, that's 10 years.
Something which is special in Kerala is a lot of children are being raped, irrespective of their age. Even 2-year-old and 80-year-old older women are being raped. So what do you think is a solution for this? How can we control this in India?
I mentioned something about there being a separation between genders. Men should stay this way, women should stay this way. So definitely the human mind is a tricky thing. The moment I tell you don't touch, you want to touch. So it's only about interacting more, learning to respect each other, having a sense of protection, especially from the men. Because I believe before you touch a girl or rape her, you should ask yourself questions. Because that also shows me that the person who's raping is also a sick person. You know, most of the times, yes, we are faced with a lot of problems, especially when you talk of rape. But who in their right mind would rape someone? Because the universe has been talking to us. Behaviors talk to us, but we do not listen. Because I believe if there's a man who's raping someone, that is a sick person. And he should also be helped. Because we see them, they go to jail. When they come out, they rape again, and again, and again. So how can we help each other? That's the question that begs to be asked.
What is the reason behind doing genital mutilation?
It's about identity. Just identity. How are you identified in the society? For others, it's for purity. Because when you do your research, some of those things are just outrageous. Because when someone says that the clitoris makes a woman smell, is that true? So they're just looking for ways to justify female genital mutilation. It has no place in the society. It has no place in the women's lives. And it should be treated as such. It doesn't give you an identity. It doesn't give you anything. It only takes away from you.
So what circumstances led to let people do this?
It's a long-standing tradition believed to have started in Egypt. So nobody really knows what led to people doing that. But sometimes, well, it crosses my mind. It was meant to suppress the woman's sexual feelings, nothing else.
In the society?
Pardon?
As a part of ceremony, like?
Yeah, it's a ceremony. Actually, where I come from in the Maasai, they take like 2 months to celebrate that. So the girl who's going through that ritual, she feels so special because the party is there in her name.
I just need a suggestion that how can we bring the elder generation from their clunging superstitious beliefs about female genital mutilation.
We sit down and talk about the beliefs that are in the society. I do not come up with them. They come up with every belief that is in the society. And the only thing is that we help them challenge those beliefs by asking, what if this was opposite of this? What if? Just the what if helps them come out of that.
There are other kinds of violence against women. For example, domestic violence, atrocities against women in public places, all sorts of exploitation, injustice, female feticide, and so on. And there are, even in Kerala, male circumcision. And it is a violation against child right. And we have POCSO Act. So many things are still implemented in the world. Generally violence against women. not because of the presence of law, effective law, but because of the civil rights movements and feminist movements or women's rights movement, the absence of that, or the weakening of the women's society as a whole in all parts of the world. I would like your comment on that.
When you talk of the weakening of the civil society, who weakens that? Because I, as a woman, I have been battered by my own husband. The first thing that I did not report that. The second thing that happened is that when you report, the police force will tell you that's a family matter. But do we speak up against that? And this is why I was saying we should be able to live in our own sovereignty, because if I'm battered as a woman, I'm protected by those rights and I should demand justice. But are we really doing that? Even the women who are in power, are they working towards ensuring that the laws put in place for women to protect women are being implemented? This is the challenge to all women. In your space, be effective, wherever that space might be. If you're called to protect women, make sure you do that. You yourself as a woman, protect yourself first. I usually say, choose yourself first. And when it comes also, I was talking about this last night with a friend of mine. In India, there's this law that women are not free to mingle with men, right? Women have their own compartments, men have their own compartments in trains. I believe they should be left to mingle freely and learn about each other. Why? The moment you tell me don't touch, psychologically I want to touch. So this is what is happening in India. Everyone out there knows that if an Indian man on social media, like Facebook, they ask for a friend request, you should not accept. Why? Because the next thing, they'll be asking you for a nude picture. Why is it that it's only Indian men that they have this kind of picture out there in the world? So some of these things, we should be left to mingle freely, learn about each other, love each other. Because I don't believe that Indian men have thorns that will prickle the women. Do they? No, they don't. And the more we can interact freely with each other, the more we can learn that the men are not against us. The men are for us. And the men also will have a freedom of mingling with their women and learning how special these women are. And they'll be able to respect them. Not because someone is telling them to respect them, but they will respect them because they want to respect them.